You know, diversity is so important in the legal field because it brings so many different dimensions to a concept. Because a concept can just be one-sided or two-sided, but when you have so many different perspectives, it begs the question, well, what is right? It makes you think and it makes you wonder, well, if the social norm, is that actually what the social norm should be? Or should we do something different? I'm the VP of Quality and Chief Legal Officer of Empower Inc. So we find homes for children, either if it's children in the foster care system or children who want to get adopted. My father and my mother met in Chonburi, Thailand, which was a refugee camp. Putting into context of what they endured and what they saw in Cambodia, which was slaughter. It was a war-torn country. People were dying left and right. There were landmines everywhere. They were traumatized. It was very hard and difficult for them to take care of us. And eventually, the siblings and our siblings, went and helped them out with gathering the food, crabbing, fishing, anything you could think of to just make ends meet. It really taught me a lot and showed me about grit and persevering. School was my safe place. There I would have food, I would have my friends. No one really knew what was going on. And I kept it that way because of the stigma and the concern. Someone mentioning college to me, when I went, that's not possible. How would I pay for that? Who pays for that? And then there was this opportunity that came up. It was a scholarship called Doorways Scholarship. And part of the scholarship required that you had a mentor. I eventually received a mentor in high school. And here I am, just finished crabbing and fishing, and she's this well put together, beautiful, blonde hair, blue-eyed lady. And I'm going, gosh, this is not gonna work out. She's not gonna understand where I come from. She's not gonna understand, but I'm willing to try. I still talk to her every day. So 15 is when they removed me. I was officially placed into foster care. But it was shortly after that, when I was removed, that they terminated my father's rights. I was going through all my belongings and I was looking through everything and just thinking to myself whether I needed to pack enough for just a few days or if I needed to pack enough for the rest of my life. And finally, they start talking and they grab my bag and they go through the belongings and start labeling it. Each time they're doing it, you could feel a piece of you just disintegrating, and your self-respect is just gone, and your independence, you feel it just gone. Having a mentor made me realize that there were other opportunities out there. She would take me to college tours, things I didn't even think about. I went to UF, and that's where I really flourished. And I just remember walking around and feeling like I still had that stigma of foster kid. And I remember hiding that from my roommates, hiding that from my friends. This persona that I built in college was that I'm a tough person, that I can handle anything and I don't need help. So I slowly realized that being vulnerable doesn't mean that you're weak. Being vulnerable is being genuine. Through Connected by 25, it's actually a committee that's been appointed by the governor. At the time, they reached out to me and said, you know, we want to hear your perspective on aging out and your perspective on what it's like to be in foster care. Would you mind sharing that to some people? So I went into this opportunity, and I remember sitting on a stage. We had about 3 to 4 other individuals on this panel. At the end of the panel discussion, I remember the moderator said, there are 2 individuals here who really want to meet you. These are 2 well-respected, well-regarded women coming and speak to us. And I remember them reaching out, handing us their cards and saying if we ever wanted to talk about anything, that they're here for us. And one was Judge Irene Sullivan from Pinellas County, and one was Justice Barbara Periante.
So many children in foster care never ever even complete high school. So to hear not only An, but her fellow panelists pursuing a college degree was really not only unique, but also a sign for me of great hope.
After speaking to and meeting the judges and the justice, I knew that law is what I needed to do. And that's something I want other children that we work with know, that the situation that they're in might be the situation right now at the present or at the moment, but that doesn't mean that it has to dictate your future.
We could look at all the various ways that there were individuals in her life that took a personal interest. But here's the difference. She took advantage of those opportunities, and she can provide us with so much inspiration and also so much guidance.
And that's why diversity is so important, because if I didn't have that experience in my life, I wouldn't be able to give that personal testimony of why it's important. Or if I didn't go through as a child in a foster care system, I wouldn't be able to say, you forgot to consider this perspective.
The legal profession is a reflection of our society. So being able to walk in each other's shoes is critical.
If I'm going to be vulnerable to the community and share my story, I want to be vulnerable and honest and genuine to my daughters. I want them to grow up informed, educated, know that they can ask questions and not be afraid of it, not be afraid of being different, and that's important.